But I think as a professional rider, though, just going back to the actual riding side of it, you very much take on all of the advice. So you're having lessons with people like Becky, which is absolutely amazing. I've seen Becky teach, and she is
She's great.
class. I've not had a lesson with
Yeah.
her. I think she'd absolutely destroy me. But also people like Karzan, because you've also been doing a lot of work on you as your body, your suppleness, which is all part of the bigger picture. So
Yeah.
what's that journey been like?
So again, obviously after the stroke, it was very debilitating thinking because, I had strength and conditioning coaches like all the time in the cage and things like that.
Mm,
So I realised that I needed really specialist help, even more so than what the NHS can offer, unfortunately. I'm not NHS bashing, but had I have had the neurophysio that I needed after the stroke, I may not be quite as have the deficit that I had. So
mm,
I was a bit like, who do I reach out to? So I put a thing on Facebook and just said, is there any strength and conditioning coaches that can encompass somebody that's had a stroke, this, that, and the other?
mm.
And then it was you actually that commented about
Right.
Karzan.
Yeah.
And I must say, he's been an absolute game changer. He comes to Becky's to watch my lessons. And then we have 4 workouts a week on his app,
Mm-hmm.
which I am dedicated enough to do. I think it's really important. I think one of the things that drives me is not just a fitness for myself, but to make sure that I'm the best version of what I can be for my horses,
Mm.
because the horses give so much. And this is where I was really struggling with my half passes, especially my right one, because where it feels like I'm sitting to the right, I'm actually not. And because of the lack of feeling, the 30% deficit I've got on my right side. So
Mm.
it's been a massively inspiring journey with Karzan, but I was quite lost before Karzan, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So since he's been on the scene, which was January, we started.
Yes.
I say he comes to Becky's and watches my lessons so that he can adjust my program. He's adjusted it from when I started using the PEMA mat, because that made me very tired, because obviously my cells were working very hard from being on that. So he adjusted it to more stretching and mobility
Okay.
rather than strength building, because
Yes.
I am quite tired from the PEMA at the minute. But then when that subsides, we'll go back to more strength.
Okay.
So somebody like Karzan is just amazing, because I think actually your off the horse fitness is as, if not more important than on the horse fitness.
Mm-mm. I think for anyone that's listening, and we're mentioning Karzan, but I'm very aware we haven't really mentioned who he is. So Karzan is an equestrian fitness and
Strength and conditioning coach.
strength and conditioning coach. He has his own platform. He's got a school program where you can join, and
Yeah, he's got an online thing as well.
part of a community, and he does webinars and he does a lot of good work. So shout out for Karzan if you need a strength and conditioning coach. Karzan Hughes.
Yes, yeah, honestly. And again, encompassing the autism around that, it's not easy for me to sort of bond with a trainer. I did have one before. He was lovely, but with Karzan, I just feel super comfortable. And and I think because he's from a uni background as well, because he does something different. He teaches at a university, I think.
Yes.
He just seems to be able to sort of get on with everybody, which is really important.
Yeah, and he's got a great way of explaining and teaching.
Yeah.
I think naturally from what he does on his day job.
Yeah, absolutely. So he is an integral part, and if I get selected for the World Championships, he's going to come down for that.
Ah, fantastic.
So,
and when will you know about that?
In June,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, they're keeping us waiting. The Australian team has already been announced.
Okay.
But yeah, they're keeping us sort of waiting. It would be lovely, but as I said, the competing, yes, I love doing well, but I just think of everything that my horses have given me since I've come back. And, Dizzy Rascal is just amazing, because not only is she a top international horse, she's got a son that's a Grand Prix horse now.
Right, wow.
And a friend's granddaughter who's 4 can lead her around, and, she's had beginners sit on her. And yeah, as I say, I just am so grateful for what all the horses have done for me.